Well, hi guys, let's get settled in today. We're going to have some table talk as we look at the fourth video in this breakout series. This one is entitled The Power of Inner Jogging. The Power of Inner Jogging. The truth of the matter is that go on Facebook or go on media of any kind and you will find somewhere, every single day, is coming up with the latest magic pill. People are searching for this magic pill that will somehow lift their mood, fix the depression, fix their weight problem, fix their energy problem, fix their situation, whatever they're in. And there's companies making billions selling these magic pills. And today, I want to talk about what I believe is the magic pill, the greatest medicine, the greatest pill a human being could ever take that'll cost you nothing, and yet it will radically transform every aspect of your life. There was a brilliant little book many years ago written by a man who talked about this guy who was looking for the magic diamond. He was in search of diamonds, and he sold his house in America and moved away across to the west coast of California to search for his magic diamonds. And lo and behold, within about a year of being there, he got a message from the gentleman who bought his house to say that when he was digging his garden one day, he came across what he thought was a large stone, and when he cleaned it up, he found there was a large diamond there in the back garden. And what if I could prove to you that this diamond, this magic pill that you and I and everybody else in the dog has been looking for and searching for, what if I could prove to you today it was already in your back garden? So that's where we're going today, guys. And so let's get started, because every single person I know has got some challenges, some issues, some stuff going on in their life. And so this term inner jogging, don't be put off with it, because you already know it by another much more familiar name. But this power of inner jogging has got the power to bring healing to your body, to bring revolution to your lifestyle, and to bring health to your mind and every part of your world. I'm going to get straight to it and let you know this amazing gift given to every human being that is greater than any medicine. It's been named in recent times as inner jogging, and I'll explain the reasons for that in a moment. But you and I know this magic pill in the word laughter. Laughter. It's the most unused magic pill on the face of the earth. But I'm about to show you some amazing things that have been discovered in recent neuroscience research of the impact and effect and the transformation to your life when you have sufficient laughter. And I want to prove to you what few people can do, and that is to prove to you that laughter is no joke. It's no joke. It is absolutely full of power and healing and transformation. And so most people know that one of the greatest sources of energy for the human body is play and fun. And both these things, play and fun, basically generate laughter. I want to just very quickly read to you a few of the amazing things that happens to the human body, the mind and the soul when there is sufficient laughter in the body. So laughing, according to Dr. Caroline Leaf, the brilliant neuroscientist, says this: it's often referred to as internal jogging because it literally increases the flow of peptides, hormones, and quantum energy in our brains and in our bodies. Many studies show why laughter deserves to be known as the very best medicine. It releases an instant flood of feel-good chemicals that boost the immune system. Another thing laughter does is it reduces the level of stress hormones in the human body. What better medicine could you buy than this? For example, a good belly laugh can make your cortisol levels drop by 39%. And adrenaline can drop by 70%. And it can also increase your feel-good hormones and endorphins by an incredible 29%. It gets better. It can even make growth hormones in your body skyrocket by 87%. Other brilliant research shows that laughter can boost your immune system by increasing levels of gamma interferon, which protects against respiratory tract infections. It's mind-blowing. Some studies even suggest that laughter helps to increase the flexibility of thought and is as effective as aerobic exercise in boosting your health, body and mind. In fact, one study suggests that laughing 100 to 200 times a day is equal to 10 minutes of rowing or jogging. Summing up, the bottom line of all of this is we need to stop taking life, especially ourselves, so serious. We need to learn to laugh at ourselves. When you make a mistake, if it's an intentional thing, that's one thing, but a genuine mistake, instead of feeling stupid, a failure, why don't you just have a right good belly laugh? But I should warn you that you have to be careful, because my dad passed on to me such an incredible gift of laughter. Last year I was rushed to the hospital in an ambulance because I laughed so much I shut off the oxygen to my brain and became unconscious for a short period of time. Apparently it's a very common thing, and so I can't think of anything better to get knocked out by than a good belly laugh. According to one guy's research called Robert Profile, he found that laughing takes place 30 times more when you're around other people than when you're alone. This shows the benefit we have being in each other's lives, and also the energy source that we are for each other that keeps you going. So why don't we have a look at a few practical things you can do to change your mood, the health of your body and your energy? Why don't you think about having, as Caroline Leaf suggests, your own personal happiness meter, and just check it as often as you like through the day. And when you find your happiness meter's on low, do the following to change it. Be proactive with your energy. You can choose in that low-level moment to moan and marinate in your misery, or you could move your energy to do something constructive. It may be as simple as smiling at somebody or taking your dog for a walk. But you have to get moving, and you have to begin to stir up that gift of play, fun, and laughter deep within you. Don't allow yourself to get into that rut that says, when I get enough of this, then I'll be happy. Why don't you begin to enjoy the start of every experience, the middle, and the end, and tell yourself it's okay to have different emotions, but move towards peace and laughter every hour of the day. Why don't you just choose today, against all your circumstances, that happiness is a possibility for you, because you are wired in your mother's womb for love. Make the effort today to connect even more with others in a meaningful way and in a deep way. There's every chance that will generate even more laughter in your life. Get involved in some community, some church, some group, some support outfit. Be social. Get out there and create a space for laughter to appear in your life. Watch some funny videos. Play some board games. Watch a comedy. Read a joke book. Make funny noises with your loved ones. But do whatever you need to do to kickstart your thinking out of that dark moment into a moment of potential laughter. Children are brilliant at this. Create a space in your day, whether it's 10 minutes, an hour, and that's difficult if you have small children, but create a space in your daily routine in life for having fun of whatever sort through play or whatever. This is the most effective way to increase happiness and health in your life. This rejuvenates your energy, your mind, your body, and spirit. Some people think they can only be happy and laugh if they have more. And so, if they have more money, if they have more holidays, if they have more possessions, if they had more love, more company, more whatever. In other words, their happiness is out there somewhere. But when you were born, laughter and happiness was put in you. That diamond is not in California or somebody else's garden. It's bang in the middle of your garden. You just need to dig deep enough to find it and release it. My Irish father was the funniest and happiest man alive, and yet he never had any of these things. He never had a single holiday that I know of in his whole life. He never had a car, a computer, designer clothes. He never had money to spare. And I never ever saw him once go to a restaurant for a meal. I never see him go to the movies go to the theatre. And his diet was the most unexciting one you could imagine. 8 slices of plain white bread with cheese and jam was his staple diet in his peace book every day. But he would go to work happy. He'd come home happy after 60 hours of hard labour, 3 means of transport to get to his work and 3 means back. But he was always full of energy and life. He always had spare energy to care and bring happiness to all of his 15 children he raised. What was the secret of his health and his energy and his strength to do all of that? I want to shoot straight with you. I believe it was Irish humour. Now he would wait up. He had this habit of waiting up late every Friday night for us coming home. After he had his shave and cleaned up and his dinner, he'd sit in his favourite big corner chair And he would sit back in that chair when you came in with a big smile on his face and a big mug of stewed or burnt tea. And he would say, pull up a chair, Jimmy, and give me some crack. His word crack it's like the Irish word for humour. And the crazy thing about my dad was that he didn't care one hoot whether he liked his jokes or his Irish stories or not. He was too busy increasing himself with laughter to notice. Now, I've no shadow of doubt that this one single hour of humour, of inner jogging, of belly-aching laugh, was the battery recharge that kept him going in the happy zone for the following 7 days, with the endless challenges of finance, of fighting, of disagreements, of health with a large family. But through it all, he would honestly be always ready with a joke, always ready with a practical trick, always in the happy zone. Now, I want to say this. There are two ways to see everything in life through. There's an ancient tale that some of you may know of 12 guys who one day decided, you know what? We want a better life. It's time for a better life. So they decided to visit the land next door. They went in the dark like spies. And they went to find out if this was a good land, a beautiful land, a happy land to take the family. Now here's the thing. Some of these guys saw through the eyes of tears and some saw through the eyes of laughter. So what happened was 10 of those spies came back like tearful guys, and they had all their family pretty much in tears, because what they saw when in the land were these giants, cruel giants that they were scared of. The other two spies, they saw through the giants, and what they saw on the other side of the giants was giant fruit. And they took hold of bunches and bunches and bunches of those fruit, and they carried them back to their people to prove to them. But it was too late, because the people by this time had their tears glasses on, and they couldn't see for the life of them the possibility that on the other side of the giant problem is a giant fruit. And I want to prove to you today and encourage you today that on the other side of every giant problem in your life, if you press through it and hang on long enough and get around people that can carry you through, that one fact in life will definitely kick in. You will discover that giants and storms come in all shapes and sizes, but storms never last. But if you stay standing, you keep your humour, and you press through, you will find on the other side of that giant problem, there is a giant fruit. There is a giant belly-aching laugh waiting for you. And so you could say to me, you know something, you're not telling me this is possible in the worst situation. Well, I've had the honour and privilege, as many of you know, of visiting some of the hellholes of the world, where the poorest, earthquake distraught, poverty distraught, war-torn children. And yet, I have found those children exploding with more joy and laughter than any child back here sitting in front of an iPad. And so I want to encourage you that it is possible. There is a man, the son of the Baskin Robbins ice cream giant. His son turn his back on his dad's $8 million legacy, to go and live in a hut somewhere in Canada and live off the land. And he travelled the world to find the 5 people groups that were the healthiest and that had the most people who lived to over 100 years of age. And he expected to find all kinds of nutritional issues and all kinds of things that gave them health for 100 years. But he was shocked in his findings, because a couple of things that he found, that he was convinced that gave them the energy and the health to live beyond 100, was that he found they would sit round the campfire each night, singing songs, sharing stories, and having belly-aching laughs. He was convinced these were the health elements that kept him alive. Come on, Jimmy, you're not telling me that in the worst situations, humour can show up. Well, when I was in that moment and we were laying my Irish father in his grave, I was standing there thinking as the coffin passed my legs that I'd heard my dad's last laugh. And that's what I was going to miss most. But something astonishing happened in that moment. One of the large gold-plated type nails fell off the coffin and landed at my feet. And in that moment, all I could see and all I could hear in my imagination was my father having one more belly-aching laugh, looking me in the eyeballs and saying these words: "No one puts the final nail in my coffin, because I have made up my mind to have the last laugh in any situation." And in that moment, I went away not with the focus of the tears and its right degree even of tears, but I was overcome with a mental video playing in my head for days and days of the moments my dad would sit with me and laugh and laugh and laugh. And so you don't need no more stuff. You don't need another beach. You don't need another cocktail. You don't need anything external to kick this off. You need to simply accept that there's been an incredible magic pill placed within you. And all you need to do is find a way to ignite that thing and release it in your life. And so here's what I finish with. I want to finish with today. I want to invite you and encourage you to never again run away from a giant fear, a giant dark moment, or a giant problem. I want you to look in the mirror and instead see the giant that's inside you, the giant of laughter, a bit like the laughing policeman that sits at Blackpool laughing all day long. There is a giant of humour, a giant of fun that used to twirl and dance, that used to run around, that used to make jokes, that used to not have a care in the world. I want to encourage you today to make a radical decision to not take yourself seriously again, to laugh with all your heart at your mistakes, and when anybody treats you bad, be like my hero, the Portuguese footballer Eusebio. There are many people who have their heroes, but he stands head and shoulders above them all for me, because he never gave his power away to nobody. And it's common. You see every week in sports now, somebody kicks you, somebody punches you, somebody spits you, because they know if they can do that, they can get under your skin and get you off your game. But he was the master. And I watched some games where they kicked lumps of them, they kicked them senseless, but he never lay on the ground for a second once that I saw. He was up like a flash, grabbed the ball, ran up to the person that kicked him and handed them the ball with the greatest smile. What was he doing? He was letting the world know, no matter what trouble comes my way, no matter what life throws at me. I have made a radical decision in my life. No problem, no giant, no opposition, no darkness gets under my skin, because I have decided to meet every giant with a belly aching laugh. And I'm letting you and the world know that power was given to me as a gift in my mother's womb, and nobody's ever going to steal that gift of joy, happiness, and laughter ever again. So guys, can I encourage you finally, no matter what happens, look through the giant, look through the situation, and don't give your joy away again. Make a decision every day, no matter what happens, that behind every giant problem is a giant blessing. And you are going to go to sleep every night because you have decided, no matter what, the storm will pass and I am going to have the last laugh anyway. See you next week, guys. Thanks for watching.